Yeah, man, say all praises and honor to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Stone. Shalom to all the brothers and mothers across the world and pushing this truth in our sincerity and our honesty. Yeah, shalom also to the few sisters out there. Yeah, this is a brother from the James Jamaica camp. Yashamai.
Iwar.
Chapal.
I don't want to touch upon this NIDS, thing that we see. Prime Minister now, finally, ready to roll it out because according to, what he must say, even in a previous video we did back, and say by the end of this year, 2024 to 2025, they're supposed to roll out this NIDS thing because it's been a while since they basically, have this thing to basically push on the forefront. But now we see, more and more they're coming out now as we go closer and closer to the end of this year. Right? We understand and we know that this NIDS, as we've been saying it for years part of years, so the spirit and power of Ashmir Shai, that this NIDS thing that all leaders out here basically is pushing is a framework for the MOTB. Right? And now we see they're basically preparing now, bring it to the public. Right? You can get into the article, brother.
Basically, they get everybody on the grid.
Yeah.
First. This is an article from the Caribbean News. Basically, says Prime Minister, Their Excellencies receive NIDS card. Yeah. It says Prime Minister Andrew Holness enroll and receive his identification card under the National Identification System NIDS on Friday, November 15th. It says, Their Excellencies Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen and Lady Allen were the first to receive their NIDS cards at the It says Identification Registration Authority NIRA located at the Central Sorting Office in Kingston, which was officially launched on Friday. Also enrolling and collecting their cards were Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Senator Dr. Donna Morris Dixon, Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck, and Chairman of the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches, Umbrella Group of Churches, Reverend Courtney Dick Garden.
So, going back to 2020, we see, when they push the juicy,
yeah.
Right? We see all over them push from the forefront, to basically get, our people, in this case now speaking about out in Jamaica, which I know mainly the tribe of Benjamin dwell. We see the pastors them come on the forefront, basically push this thing, from different denominations, right? And even artists, yeah. I call it celebrities. I know that they're gonna basically play even a role in pushing the NIDS and ultimately the C-HIP, because that is the end goal. So these men are influencers to the mass majority of people. They want to use to influence them to take this thing here. Right? So we already see all them do them test run and all these things. Right? So we see this coming out now, they're going to basically do the same thing all over again. Right? They say certain government workers of it, and so forth. So now we see they're basically setting the stage for this thing now fully. Right? I'm going to scripture right before we go no further. Give me the Isaiah first. So I can give me Isaiah 28. Okay. And the 15 and 14. And then we'll just continue after. Go on.
This is Isaiah 28 verse 14. It said, Wherefore hear the words of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule his people in Jerusalem.
Which is in Jerusalem, as the brother mentioned, scripture. In this case, I was speaking to our leaders out here, mainly our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. This is what the scripture says. Hear this word, these scornful men that rule his people. Currently, our Prime Minister ruling over the so-called Jamaicans, mainly from the tribe of Benjamin. Right? Because there's a higher power. that's one of the main thing with these men across the world, or these leaders. They believe in, the system, or they believe in these so-called white men, right? So they must follow what them say, because in the end of the day, they must get rewarded, right? But in the end of the day, they must get destroyed along, with those so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They never get put to death in the time to come, because there is a higher power, right? Which is Yahweh. That's the true name in the Hebrew, and the son name is Yahweh Shai. We in a time now when they're going to basically, judge a lot of people. Even the Father through his son Yahweh Shai are going to judge a lot of people according to even the prophecy. Upon Yahweh Shai return, a lot of people going to get put to death here. So this is what the scripture said, right? Go on, brother. Go on, brother.
So back in Isaiah 28 verse 14.
Go on.
Wherefore hear the words of the Lord, ye scornful men that ruled his people in Jerusalem. Because he have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
Yeah, so that's the mindset them have. When things get real serious, our society start to break down, come on to them. Right, but we have in the Caribbean now, we have Haiti. You see how the gang violence in Haiti get, worse and worse, and they might have a shoot off a plane where land. Right, in Cuba we see, hurricane back a hurricane, right? Earthquake back a earthquake in Cuba. That's basically near to us, near to Jamaica. Right? You have a blackout. Cuba have a blackout. So when things get real serious out here in Jamaica, because a lot of gun from Haiti, even America come to Jamaica, So you have even people, regular citizens have certain type of weapon, or even not even the police force and the military don't have. So when all hell break loose in this piece, upon this piece of rock here, it's not going to be a normal thing, right? Because a lot of weapons, in this country, right? And Jamaica have one of the highest crime rate in the world. So we're not going to be pretty with these leaders here.
And we don't have a war right now.
And we don't have no war.
I'm a crime rate up.
Very high too. You're like a small island.
The scripture says if don't be for his pleasure, he will use it.
Don't be for his profit.
His profit, he's going to use it. Because that's what they know. Because you have them profit now if we caught the people in them web, in them trap. So they might use it for that.
They use it. It pushes this NIDS thing.
Can.
Right, because as I've been saying, when them claim to say that rule out is in the PNP, because out here in Jamaica you have two parties, you have the JLP, you have the PNP. But the PNP claim to say they go, vote it out, that a so-called Jamaican that celebrate. So this thing get done away with, because the first when they start to really push the bill in 2017, right? And in certain information, they're going to need certain information, and the so-called Jamaicans are complaining about it, right? And then they just take time. And PNP, because even Patterson that pushes NIDS. So this is not off the Jamaican government has been saying it, right? I would say hold fast to it and say this thing have to go through, because we know that this is not our Prime Minister. Right, and right in 2020 when everybody, the mass majority distracted by the lockdowns and all these things, here comes the NIDS again, but the forefront start to push, right, till you reach to basically to reach right here now when they're ready now to roll it out. Right? Because we know so this come from up top. This is not our Prime Minister. Right? Go on, brother, continue.
We're not saying that the NIDS is the actual MOTB, man.
It's a framework.
It's a framework. It's not the actual thing that I'm put in your body, man. I forget the digital system up and running. Yeah, you can get a shock of everybody.
Back in verse 15 it said, Isaiah 28 verse 15 it said, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
Yeah, not come unto them. They must be safe. Go on.
For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Yes, let me themselves under falsehood. Right? These lies that they've been telling, lies upon top of lies. Right? Yeah?
I'm jumping on to the point.
Yeah, man.
18.
Yeah.
Say, verse 18, it says, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through thee, it's like then shall he be trodden down by it.
Yes, so that's how they're going to get destroyed in time to come, as you mentioned earlier. Right? Who represent death and hell? So-called white man, the scripture tell you in a book, right? Say him as death and as hell, and he cannot be satisfied.
That's right.
Right, but get unto him all people. That's basically where all the people from all across the world get in America. So America knows as this great melting pot. So they make agreement with the Esau, you know, which is the so-called white man. So in the time to come, tell them going to get history. I can't escape. Go on, brother.
It says, Wholeness in a brief address encourage all Jamaicans to participate in the very important chapter in our nation, Salakia, where every Jamaican